After my sophomore year, I was playing junior varsity ball with the high school in Chicago, and I was told by some people who saw my potential and told me that I wouldn't really be able to do much in the way of a scholarship if I didn't get to a more better athletic program for high school. So I made up my mind I was going to go to a different school, and that's when this couple stopped by the house. I can't remember their name anymore. It's so long ago. And they asked if we would go up to Notre and visit the school, and we did. And after seeing him, meeting with Coach Dillon, my mother asked me, she says, "Well, what do you think?" And I said, "Yeah, I'd like to go." And so I had the 2 years, terrific years. I really enjoyed it. The dorm living was different. The thing was that our school had 350 student enrollment. And but the coach, he was very athletic minded. He always seemed to get a state championship caliber potential, you know. I went up there, and with the dorm living, I was initially put in the dorm. We didn't have any athletes in it, but then once I got accustomed to everything, I stayed in that dorm my junior year, but then I transferred to the other dorm where all the athletes were, and spent senior year with them, you know. I said our basketball team, we didn't have much strength as far as the teams we could practice with, so the coach arranged it for the college guys from the college team to stop by, and we were scrimmaging them just for the competition. And it worked out very well. In fact, I voiced to a couple of guys that I still, to this day, often wonder if I'd made a mistake by not going to the college, because it was terrific. I had the reputation. I had some great games, and I just, it was so confusing that I had got so many offers after my senior year. I couldn't make a decision, and as far as where I wanted to go. And my family, they didn't have any athletic background, so they really couldn't help me. And but the thing was, my 2 years there, living in a dorm with the guys, was like being in the Army for 2 years. The dormitory atmosphere, and of course, the rest of them, the Father Klavitz and Father Finnegan, who were in charge of our high school at the time, it was just a great overall experience. And of course, in the junior year, the team didn't have a very good season the year before I got there, but we ended up making it all the way to the state finals my junior year. And played St. Mary's Menasha, but they beat us in that game. And then my senior year, we came back and we met again for the championship, and this time we beat them. And it was so funny the way I reflect on that, because the team didn't have any depth, and our three starters got in foul trouble, and I ended up with all these reserves, the 3 reserves, I believe, in the end of the game. We had a nice lead, and all of a sudden St. Mary's pressed us, and things looked pretty bleak, and they didn't know what to do. They weren't experiencing that, but they sort of panicked, but we hung in there long enough, even though we only won by 2 points. It's still, I was so happy that we were able to survive it. Traveling, we did games all over the state, really. We were in the bus. It was a total new experience as far as that goes. And I'm reflecting back here. And I went back and visited the school. I used to go to the Packer game. I'm a huge Packer fan. I've been ever since 1957. And I, got to go into the damn Dyke Gym, even though they got a new field house. But get back in there and to reminisce, for the times that we had. And as far as Coach Dillon was concerned, he was a tough coach, but he was a good coach. He was fair. He called a spade, and that was it. And for me, he taught typing, so it was compulsory that I take typing. And then he had me use that in the study hall. And then when the study hall in the evening came along, I was in the working out. So he was felt them to win, you know. And St. Norbert Abbey, because at that time Fremont was, I started out as Central Catholic, and then my senior I think became Fremont Trey, and they were also by the Norbert teams, and so there was huge competition between the two of them based upon when we played each other. And when I had that 51-point game, it was against Fremont Trey, and I'd go into my classes the next day, and they'd tell me, all the fathers, go on to your dorm. You kept the day off, kind of thing. You know, they were so happy. So that was another, you know, pleasant experience. And the thing was that I fouled out with 6 minutes to go. I didn't know how many points I had. I never really kept track of anything. But if I knew I had 51 points, that was a sort of intentional foul. I just, you know, we had a good size lead, but the thing was, I would have stayed in the game longer. Go for 60, you know. But anyway, it was great. It really was.